Thank you, and again, thank you to the board, and thank you to the new chancellor and everyone for coming. The search committee obviously did a great job because we met without Jim, and we said if we could convince Jim that we're listening to him, then we've really accomplished something. So we did two great things. We hired Dr. Stanley and we convinced Jim. So this trioca, as Carl put it, we have two things in common. Not only are we a group that none of us had ever heard the word before, but the second thing is we all have this very long-term connection to Stony Brook. Rick and I were both students here. As Jim said, he was a chair of the math department here. All three of us, our lives have spanned this now being the fourth president at Stony Brook, and we share a love for the university. So we went about this task differently than we might do other things in our lives, meaning it was something that was one of the most important things, not only to the university, but to our legacies, and something that we'd given an awful lot of thought of. And with the input of the entire campus community, a set of criteria was developed, and we looked backward in time, what the prior three presidents had done, culminating with Dr. Kenny's amazing accomplishments about getting Stony Brook admitted to the AAU, the alliance with Brookhaven, Southampton College, we can go on. And we said, how do we go from here to the next place? And we set our standards incredibly high, and I'm happy to say that we found someone who not only met those standards, but exceeded them to a great extent. I'm really happy to have been part of our process, and I welcome Dr. Stanley to Stony Brook.
Throughout this process, and particularly at the culmination of it, I've said time and again how fortunate we are to have a current president who for the past 15 years has just put Stony Brook in a different place. And of all her remarkable achievements, and Rich mentioned the AAU and improved SAT scores and a more beautiful campus environment and on and on and on, her most remarkable legacy will be putting Stony Brook in a position that enabled us to recruit the kind of candidates that are of Dr. Stanley's caliber. It was, I'm not going to say an embarrassment of riches, but we did see a number of superb candidates, which made the job more difficult, quite frankly, because we just had a superb group of candidates. So we can spend a lot of time talking about what Dr. Kenny has done for this university, but the results speak for themselves, including the appointment of our new president. So Dr. Shirley Strum-Kenny, we are deeply appreciative to you and love you for everything you've done for Stony Brook University.
Well, thank you. It is certainly no secret that I love Stony Brook, that I find it incredible that in just 51 years, we have come from those 148 students that were the pioneers to this remarkable institution with its Nobel Prize winners and its members of the National Academy, with a faculty that is truly amazing, and that with students that are absolutely our pride and joy. Our students are the future of America, both in terms of their intelligence and in terms of their diversity. And we really have come, as I have said so many times, so far, so fast. And it's very exciting to be at this point with Sam Stanley coming in as our new leadership to continue this extraordinary trajectory. And I think we are in enormously good hands. I think the future is bright indeed. I'm delighted to welcome both Sam and Ellen, and of course the family, to the Stony Brook family. You're gonna love it because it's a very special place. So congratulations, and congratulations to all of us. Thank you.
There are a couple of other quick people I want to introduce because they play such an important role in what Stony Brook is doing now, and even a more important role in what Stony Brook will be doing in the future. One of the preeminent goals we set as a search committee was to find, and I think Jim referenced it, to find a leader, and as did Chairman Hayden, find a leader that could really help us move forward on the things that Dr. Kenny has started in terms of alliances and relationships with Brookhaven National Lab and Cold Spring Harbor. There's a gentleman who was on the search committee who did just a tremendous job, whose advice and counsel was critical, who's the executive director of Brookhaven National Lab, who will play an even more critical role as we move forward with Dr. Stanley, and that's Sam Aronson. Sam, thank you for what you did on the committee. A relationship, quite frankly, which people like Jim Simons and Rich Gelfand and others know a lot more about than I do, but am coming to really appreciate what the potential of that relationship is, the relationship with Cold Spring Harbor Lab, and we're so proud and pleased to have Dr. Bruce Stillman here with us today. Bruce, thank you for being here, and thank you for your partnership in the future of Stony Brook University. I know there are a lot of people I'm going to forget to announce, but elected officials, I want to thank the representatives, Mike Harrison from the governor's office, and the representatives from Congressman Bishop's office, and all the county legislators who are here. And I also want to specifically acknowledge our new town supervisor, Mark Lesko, who is with us today, who took office a short while ago, and every indication he's going to just do a tremendous job for Brookhaven. And since Stony Brook plays such a critical role in the town, I know that we're going to reach out to him, and he'll reach out to us, and we'll just form a partnership that helps the community in a lot of ways. So, Mark, thank you for being here. We appreciate you being here. And to Dr. Ellen Lee, Sam's wife, we're so proud she's here with us today. We're obviously going to do everything we can to entice her to join Stony Brook and enhance our efforts in the medical community. To Jim, Sam, and Susan and Katie, thank you for coming. I know you're all in school and doing your thing at WashU Law School and Stanford and high school and all those things, and you guys are busy. So I know it means a lot for your dad and your mom for you to be here today. So thank you very much. Now, without further ado, we're going to get to the main event, and that is our next president. When we first saw Dr. Stanley at the first round of interviews, and I've told people this, and I sat, and after the interview, I either said to Rich Gelfand or Jim, one or the other, I said, I hope this guy is as good as he seems. I really do. Because, after one interview is an hour, you never know. And the more we got into the process, and the more we delved into it, and spoke to him, and spoke to, obviously, references, as he mentioned, earlier today about the reference checking process, which is rather rigorous. We knew and know that we just have a tremendous steward to lead this university into the future. So without further ado, it gives me great pride and pleasure to introduce Dr. Samuel Stanley.
Well, thank you very much. And first of all, thank you, everybody here. It's amazing. I see people outside in the hallways there, and it's remarkable. I mean, I think it's a great testimony to the enthusiasm that everyone has, and I'm so pleased that you've come to attend this conference and this announcement. Let me begin. I'm very proud to accept the position of President-elect of Stony Brook University in the State University of New York. Extremely proud. Thank you. To Carl Hayden, the chair, and all the distinguished members of the SUNY Board of Trustees, I thank you for entrusting me with the leadership of, dare I say it, at least what I consider to be the flagship university of the SUNY system. It is both a great honor and a tremendous responsibility. To Chancellor-elect Nancy Zimfer, my sincere thanks for your unqualified support of my nomination. I admire your outstanding reputation for accomplishment and your reputation for principled and courageous leadership. We share high aspirations for Stony Brook University and the SUNY system, and I look forward to working with you to turn our vision for Stony Brook into a reality.